Today we're going to be going over the very basics of Adobe Premiere. When you open up the program, it will open up to a window like this where you can start your new project. So I'll start by clicking New Project. We'll title this Introduction. And I'll probably end up using this project to edit this video in anyways. Once you have your new project set, it should open up to a window like this. If it doesn't, you might be in a different mode here along the top. For us to start right now, we're going to go over to Assembly, and here you can import your media. For this, I'm going to import some B-roll footage from Israel last summer. Click Import, and then just wait for your files to come up. Over on this side, you'll have all of your footage, and then you can sort them into different bins to keep organized. We'll just call this Footage. Your other folders might be audio or stocked images, whatever you need to keep organized, like in our last video. Then I can take all of the footage and put it into the folder. There's a few ways to actually start editing. You can come down here to New Item and hit Sequence, which will give you this folder to pick your specs or create them yourself depending on what settings you need for your video. The other way, if your video clip already has the settings that you want, such as resolution or frame rate, these were filmed in Israel, so we're on the PAL system, you can just take it, drag it, and drop it into the timeline. Up here is the program monitor to see what is currently being edited in the timeline. Once you dragged a clip into your timeline, it will create a sequence up here. You can take this out of your footage folder and then rename this to whatever you want. From here in the Assembly tab, you can either make a rough cut assembly of all of your footage or go over into your Editing tab and then bring footage over from there. Once you're in editing, you'll have a source monitor, which will give you a source view of whatever video you have clicked on. You can then go play, pause, and do other functions in here. A tip to building an assembly is to use the keyboard shortcuts I for in, and then somewhere else on your clip you can do an O for out, and then be able to drag this clip down into your timeline. Or if you would just prefer the video, you can click the little video icon here, move that down, or if you're working on audio, you can drag the audio down into your timeline. Over here are the tools to use. Arrow is obviously to click, drag, and move things around. You have the razor tool, or C for cut, that can divide your video up. Arrow select will come over and grab everything on the timeline from that point forward and be able to move it around. The ripple edit, or B, lets you ripple cut between two pieces. For example, just moving it forward, moving it back, adding time, subtracting time. The slip tool lets you just roll the whole edit without changing the duration of the video. The pen tool is used for things in the program monitor. I'll get to that later. The hand tool is used to drag things around without moving an actual object. And then the text lets you create text. That is all I'm going to show in this introduction video of Adobe Premiere. Please check out the first video in the editing series on how to set up to edit, or feel free to check out another video on film life. Also, please consider subscribing. Thank you.